Hi, I'm going to use this video to show you how to come up with steep drivers, rank them in terms of impact and confidence, and then choose from them critical uncertainties. So we're going to start with steep drivers. Steep drivers are external forces on your business project, and they're called steep drivers because they represent the social, technical, economic, environmental, and political factors. Social factors are things such as behavioral trends and demographics, for instance, age and gender distribution in a population and how that can play a significant role in markets, labor pools, and other ideas. Technological trends, any technology issue or trend, for instance, the growth and penetration of the internet. Environmental issues. Typically, this includes factors such as the business environment and ecological issues. So, for example, is the country anti-big business? Are there issues around the manufacturing processes, materials requirements that would affect the business? Economic forces include factors including the economy, the value of the dollar, inflation, interest rates, etc. Political environment includes laws, regulations, legal restrictions such as antitrust issues, tariff and contractual limitations. The thing about these steep drivers is it must be things that are external to the business, which means that they're outside of the business's control. So once you've identified your steep drivers, what we then want to do is rank them for high impact and low confidence. What we mean by that is as follows. Let's take, for example, competition. Let's say that you feel that has a moderate impact on your project, but is relatively uncertain, which means you don't know how that's going to impact your project. So you would place it here. Bad weather events, for example, might be something that doesn't really impact your project all that much, but you have a pretty high level of uncertainty as to when it's going to occur. Rapid technology turnover may be something that really impacts your project in a high way and is also extremely uncertain, so you would put it here. Social stigma, piracy, anti-theft, inflation rate, labor market volatility, and government regulation. So this is, let's say, how this would lay out if you were to rank them for your project. So now what do we do with this? Well, the ones that are up here in the high impact, low certainty, so highly uncertain, are the ones that we would want to test first, because these are the things that are really going to give us some scenarios that are outside of our understanding today and probably something we haven't thought about in the business plan. The next would be this stuff in the middle that has moderate levels of impact on the project and moderate confidence. And the things you wouldn't want to bother with or you'd test last would be things that you already have a high level of certainty about and they don't really impact your business. Here are the ones that we really want to focus on. These are what we'd call the critical uncertainties. So the next step is we want to choose two of them that are mutually independent and unrelated. So for example, let's say we felt that technology turnover had a very high impact on the project and we were very uncertain about how it was going to impact the project. So we would want to plot it on this axis. And the way we would plot it is we would say that there are two ends to the axis or two different extremes. One would be slow technology turnover and the other would be rapid technology turnover. So these are two ends of the same spectrum. Let's say our second critical uncertainty was social stigma. So we would plot that on here with one end of it being low social stigma for the project and the other being high social stigma for the project. So what that does is it gives us 4 discrete quadrants. And in these quadrants, for example, in the top left corner, we have a quadrant that has high social stigma and slow technology turnover. The next would be in the top right corner where we have high social stigma and rapid technology turnover. Then we have the bottom left corner that has low social stigma and slow technology turnover, and the bottom right corner that has low social stigma and rapid technology turnover. What you now have are 4 different scenarios with very discrete characteristics that we can now turn into some storytelling. We can describe what happens in these scenarios, how you know you're in them, and what to do about them.